The Idaho mom at the center of a so-called doomsday plot that led to murder is scheduled to be sentenced later this year. That mother, you've heard the name before, Lori Vallow Daybell, was convicted on Friday of killing her two youngest children, Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow, and conspiring to kill the first wife of her husband, Chad Daybell. Chris Van Cleve now has reaction to the verdict.
Answer: guilty.
An Idaho jury of 7 men and 5 women found Lori Vallow Daybell guilty on all charges, including the first-degree murders of her 2 youngest children.
Answer: guilty.
While Vallow Daybell offered no visible reaction as the verdicts were read,
we are elated with this.
Family members, including 7-year-old JJ's grandparents, reacted with emotion.
JJ, I love you.
I'm so relieved that justice was served.
Tylee's aunt, Annie Cushing.
But then there are those, just those quiet moments of realizing, it doesn't bring the victims back.
During the 5-week trial, the prosecution argued Vallow Daybell's motives were money, power, and sex.
Tylee, JJ, and Tammy can't tell us what happened, but their bodies do.
Prosecutors called nearly 60 witnesses. The defense rested without calling a single one, but painted her as a victim of her husband, Chad, a doomsday cult leader.
She's following Chad. She thinks Chad is following Jesus, but he's not.
A source close to the trial says Vallow Daybell was unhappy her lawyers tried to place blame for the murders on her husband, who will be tried separately.
And while Lori can only face up to life in prison, Chad Daybell, if convicted, he could get the death penalty.
Her husband Chad's lawyers were there, were listening to her defense attorneys blaming him for all of the criminal misconduct. That certainly will be part of his trial.
Chad Daybell has pleaded not guilty. His wife will face sentencing in the coming months. For CBS Mornings, I'm Chris Van Cleve in Boise, Idaho.